in order to put a game out of its misery completely, you got to do what you got to do. And so Anthem is going to be shutting down its servers, which means that the game will be completely non-functional as of the the 12th of January 2026, basically. And because the fact that the game is completely online only, you won't be able to play the single player functionality as well. And unfortunately for me, I have 3 copies of Anthem because I happen to buy 2 for like $8 each and get a third copy because I happened to buy, Mass Effect Legendary Edition, and so for some reason JB Hi-Fi was like, oh, also here's a copy of Anthem just because. So I was like sitting there thinking to myself, why on earth would you give me another copy of this game? But hey, it is what it is. So sure enough. But one thing to really keep in mind about Anthem is that the fact that it's actually been online for as long as it has is actually crazy to think about, since it was a widely panned release, especially not just from a critic perspective, but also from a player perspective. People who played live services didn't want to play this game because it wasn't as good as Destiny. It certainly didn't do any benefit to the game. It was a very poor showing because the game, while it ran and looked absolutely beautiful, there was none of that BioWare magic that we kind of expected to see with previous BioWare games. And in a shocking twist to, I think, a lot of people, for some reason, the guys at EA did have to say the company says that no one was laid off as a result of this decision. Given that how many studios are shutting down, everything that's going on in the gaming space, the fact that all of this stuff is going on is basically tantamount to, oh, are they going to shut down? Are they going to fire people? Are people going to be let go? Like, Microsoft's decision and the stuff that they've done during the previous week has absolutely shaken the entire industry to its core in an extremely negative fashion, to the point where this is the kind of stuff that people have to do now in order to actually get their message across that yes, we are not going to be letting people go just because we shut down a game. The studio will continue to function as normal and just stuff along along that side. But yeah, what else have we got here? So the game sold 5 million copies as of December 2023 and fell short of EA's target of 6 million copies in the first few months of the game's release, which, keeping in mind, I think the game came out in 2021? Yes. So yeah, following its launch in February 2021, they continue to, of course, add more updates, stuff like the Cataclysm, for example, adding more ways of being able to try and get masterwork weapons, for example, which were kind of like the higher tier weapons. But sometimes, like, because all of the stats on a masterwork, which are the better version of weapons in the game, are completely randomized, unfortunately you do get like negative or 0 stat buffs sometimes. So it's just a poorly put together game, all things considered. And in addition to that, I mean, this IGN article rather, goes into more stuff that EA has shut down recently, since they're trying to focus their development on stuff like the next Battlefield, for example, which they're for some reason wanting 100 million players to be playing, and it's clear that that's not going to be happening at all. But yeah, in May, EA shut down Cliffhanger Games and cancelled the in-development Black Panther game, laying off some number of people. The same month, it implemented mandatory return to office, and so just the month before, EA has roughly let go of about 300 people. With earlier this year, EA restructuring Anthem developer BioWare, moving some developers to other projects and laying off some others. This was all just this year in 2025, and last year EA underwent a massive restructure that resulted in 670 people being laid off company-wide, and 50 people being laid off by BioWare, and an unknown number of people cut at Codemasters, since they're not working on licensed racing games anymore, like F1 or Grid and things along those lines. So it's unfortunate to see EA kind of cower away from a lot of different types of games that they could potentially be working on sequels to, but we're likely never going to see the light of day regarding. So while none of this is probably going to be a surprise, I'm still interested to hear your guys' thoughts on the shutting down of Anthem, which I will be playing Anthem and trying to earn the Platinum Trophy for the game before the game does shut down, so probably after I finish playing Dirt 5, which is what I'm playing currently. So I will be doing a review of Dirt 4, sorry. I will be doing a review of Dirt 4. Was that published by EA? I can't remember if it was. Huh, that's another game. Anyway, so yeah, let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comments below. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe to the channel. I'm aiming for 500 subs by the end of the year. And with all that being said, I do upload every day, so I'll see you guys tomorrow.